is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like a Friday.
TBT.
It does kind of fit, but you know what we said, Jeff? We're all still fairly young. Thursday is still our weekend.
Al, you know we had
Is
this
it?
exact
Kinda.
conversation last Thursday because I was like, ooh, college night. Remember I said the exact
And there's nothing like two men our age saying, ooh, college night, to get people to turn the channel. That's super creepy.
Exactly.
Well, I'm looking for a three-peat tonight of going to bed at 8:30, so.
You bragged about that earlier, and I was like
yes.
secretly really
What time
jealous.
did you get up, though?
5,
That's
like
perfect.
4:35, yeah.
That's adultish.
Yeah.
Me and Al still wish we were 20.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. Ryan Seacrest made a big announcement today during his daytime talk show with Kelly Ripa. Let's watch.
I made the decision to make this my last season as co-host with Kel here on Live with Kelly and Ryan. I love the fact that we get a chance to sit here every day and connect with you at home in your kitchens, in your living rooms, at work. There's nothing like this on television. I'm getting emotional. I promised Kelly I would not cry.
I wasn't buying it. I'm just saying.
Why?
Ooh, all right. No, you didn't like it. Ryan
Al
will
and I
be
made a
replaced
look, yeah.
by
Yeah,
her
we were
husband,
looking
Mark
at each other.
Consuelos, who has guest hosted on the show before. Ryan didn't give any formal reason for why he was leaving the show, but Kelly did say that it's been tough on him going back and forth to L.A., where he hosts American Idol, and that's got to be tough. And again, I'm just speculating to make the story a little bit better.
Well, that's what we do here. And you know what, Jeff? Tori and I were making a face down here because we weren't buying it either, and here's why. This is no shade to Ryan at all. If one of us had to leave this show, right, I would be on the floor. They'd have to carry me out of here. So it'd be like, Erica, it's been a great 6 years. Like, you guys are my family. So maybe they didn't have the relationship, and I don't think that's normal in most places. So
That's a
I'm
good
not
point.
saying that they don't care for each other, but it was a very low tone in terms of the leaving the show. I thought it was a very mellow. I thought it was a 5.
Yeah, I thought it was a 5 when he was like, I'm not going to get emotional. I'm like, are you getting emotional? Like, what's interesting is Ryan is never emotional. He's sort of just like always in the middle. And I think, I don't know, he does radio in the basement. He made a studio in his house so he wouldn't have to go to do radio. He does red carpets. He does New York. He does LA. I think he probably, I assume he doesn't need the money at this point and maybe wants to, I don't know, he's getting in his relationship. I don't know, I'm just speculating. Move on to a different
That's a grind,
part of his
too,
life.
New York to LA every
Yeah.
day.
It's a long
That's a grind.
flight. It sucks.
I just saw this as two people who clearly had a friendship before this, and the show doesn't necessarily define the friendship. So it's like goodbye to doing this every day to like, hey, I'll talk to you tomorrow for dinner.
Like talk to you later.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I see
think
what you're
we're like
saying.
using this like in our experience, like we've literally grown up together in this chapter of our lives.
Absolutely.
That would be like really different. That would be a life shift if any of us left, honestly.
That's interesting.
But we're like trying to put that on other people, and let me tell you, no one on this planet or in this industry thinks that we are normal.
Because nobody in this business is.
Yeah, like no one's thinking that because this is such a unique thing. So I didn't see it being that there was anything else other than like, yeah, so I'll catch up with you we're taking the kids out on Friday. All right, see you then. Like,
I guess we wanted more for that momentous moment, I guess. I thought there would be more.
I don't know if it was momentous.
It is ending live with Kelly and Ryan. It's the highest, one of the highest.
They're not lighting the Olympic torch.
Dude, that's a bigger moment than we're getting. Like, that's a big moment for a lot of viewers.
I agree. And, Erica did, of course, she made a point that I'm like, dang, I got to think about that. Yes, we do have a unique situation that we grew up kind of in Denver in this chapter. But in any situation, like 6 years, I'm looking at Kelly Schuberth over there. If she said that she was leaving, I would be emotional. I would be a little bit more emotional.
I would chain her to the ground.
I love you, Kelly.
Chain her to the ground.
Yes.
That's what we do to
chain
people
her.
here. We change people to the desk till 5 o'clock. You don't get out. You do your work.
That's how we roll here at DBL, baby.
And then when you leave, we say, oh.
We fake it. We fake it.
All right, Rihanna brought out her family for an epic photo shoot for British Vogue. Rihanna is on the cover with her 9-month-old son and boyfriend rapper A$AP Rocky. On Instagram, she revealed she had no idea she was pregnant with her second child at the time of that photo shoot. She also had no idea she was having a baby when she agreed to do the Super Bowl halftime show and did not reveal the name of her firstborn either. Rihanna famously turned down the NFL back in 2019 out of solidarity to former quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who who was criticized for taking a knee during the national anthem, as to why she said yes at NFL this time around. She said there is still a lot of mending to be done, but it's powerful to break down those doors and have representation at such a high level.
Yeah, this like really kind of made me a little emotional, and I can't tell. I don't know why. I'm like, maybe I'm.
Ryan Seacrest emotional?
Yeah, no,
Like a
I did get emotional now, Jeff.
I just look at like Rihanna is one of those artists and like, you know, famous people that we really got to see her come up in a very transparent way. Like I remember the first year that our radio station that I was at the time dropped her first single. Like, so to see her perform at the Super Bowl as a woman and a mother and a mogul was a very emotional thing for me. But also to know that she didn't know that she was pregnant with her second child. And I think when people say like there's no way to really prepare for life because life comes at you really fast, it's like this is one of the pinnacles to celebrate everything that's happened. And it's like, oh, also you're pregnant. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, there's something about that just makes me like emotional in a great way, because it's like you can have all of these things and think that you're building this empire, and there's something else that like life is going to bring to you, and that's a really beautiful thing.
Wow,
Yeah.
Erica.
I mean,
it's mixing career and motherhood in a beautiful, powerful, representative way, and I think that's beautiful. And I started really getting emotional when can you guys go back to the cover? Can we do that? Can we go back to the cover? There. I follow on Reddit this thing called Accidental Renaissance, and it's when a picture looks like a Renaissance painting. And if you look at the equality of that picture, they look like a heart if you make a heart around them holding their hands.
Oh my
the
goodness.
diagonal lines also indicate such strength, her thigh coming out to the audience and then holding back saying, I'm going to be out there and performing, but I'm also have a hand in motherhood. I have a hand holding back with my family. And then the baby looking out and being healthy and happy doesn't have a name because they don't want it to be like that.
Doesn't have a name. I'm sure the baby has a name.
Yeah. But it was a beautiful photograph it was a metaphor visually. Ow, what happened? Did you throw the
who unchained her? Get her back over there.
I have to say, whenever there's a moment where somebody is brought to tears, which happens because this is a real show, somebody, either BJ or Kelly, bring over Kleenex. And in this case, Kelly brought them over.
Jeez.
She tried to put it on the table, missed, put it on her thigh, it fell on the floor. Tori said, what happened? And Kelly walked away. So I hope I just explained to everybody that strange sequence of events. I love you guys so much.
Much like Tori's favorite Instagram follow, Accidental Architecture.
Renaissance, isn't that cool?
That was an accidental. That was an accident.
I did like that analysis.
It's a beautiful
so
photograph.
I was listening to, obviously, Tori, we make fun, but like you spoke really eloquently. And Erica, what I picked up from what you were saying was I heard you saying that Rihanna's kind of speaking for all women, that up until really kind of now, it was either your kids or your career, and that's it. Can you imagine that? Where it's like, hey, you want to do this, Jeff? Either you raise your boys or you do this and you don't talk to your boys, or they don't exist. And now the idea, I think that photo is like,
it's
you can have both, and you can have this corporation. And I think it's not just like, oh, well, we're now billionaires. I think there's a lot of people that have online businesses that are running side hustles that are kind of almost full-time hustles, and they are balancing and figuring it out in a workplace that said, if you get pregnant, you're out of here. So shout out to women that you guys just, hey, you guys stayed the course, and look at you now. You're getting paper.
We should run the world.
Yes.
We're grabbing our bag.
Yeah, I love
right?
you so much.
Securing your bag.
Securing the bag.
Your bag. Grabbing, securing. So
Yeah, Jeff, don't say a word. Just stare at the camera.
Go, Jeff.
Coming up on DBL, our favorite holistic plastic surgeon, Dr. Yoon, is talking about Madonna's new look. I tried to keep a straight face, but I couldn't. And Rebel Wilson is revealing details on a contract that banned her from losing weight. We're going to talk about it next.
Our viewers are talking about DBL.
Yes!
I like that.
Leaves me speechless. I'm like blushing.
Thank you, thank you.
That's emotional.
Do I want to sit there and watch them? Yes, I do.
In this episode of Are You Trying to Poison Me? ?
So
I think
if
you should talk to Kelly about what happened.
Okay, but I just want to say, okay. It's Steve, our audio guy, makes really good coffee, and he gives it to me and Alan to be like, oh, but this tastes like arsenic. Not good.
Steve's trying to poison us. Well, now just you.
Yeah, I do have
now
to say
I'm
that.
gonna die too.
That's true. Thanks for being with me. He did break his French press in the back, and he had to make do, so it's not as good as the other.
But I thought maybe you were gonna. Okay.
What happened here?
Erica was crying, and then she was still crying when Tori was giving her point. So like Al said, BJ
Show
or
us
myself.
what your thought process. Go back, reenact it.
Okay.
Let's reenact.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
I can't be Erica. She's too beautiful. I felt emotional. I felt.
Typing. Oh no, Erica's still crying.
And I feel emotional.
Here it comes.
And
I tried to like set them here, and she was really in the middle of a good point too. I was like sneaking, and then it hit the iPad, and then like hit her, and then went.
so that's what happened. Okay. Well, now you know that's what happens at Access. It's a little more free, but we are always real here at DBL.
Yes, we are very real. DBL Nation. It's a big day today. It's Thursday. It's almost Friday. We're in the middle of sweeps, so it's been very busy for us.
Yeah, we're kind of like punchy at this point. I do want to ask if you're out there.
Punchy, that's a good way to
describe it.
describe
If you have any moment, send a little prayer for Josie Rose, my dog. She had really big surgery that we thought was a little benign tumor. It turned out to be like her whole body, and she is all opiated out.
She was awake all night, so Tori didn't get very much sleep. So that's why she needs coffee, but the coffee's
He's
bad.
trying, and that wraps this episode of He's Trying. Are you trying to poison me? Question mark.
Welcome back. Some stars are revealing some interesting facts about their contracts. First, Rebel Wilson claims her pitch-perfect contracts stated that she couldn't lose a massive amount of weight. She said she had to hold off on her year of health until it seemed like the movies were over for good. Rebel, who played Fat Amy in all three pitch-perfect movies, says she couldn't lose or gain more than 10 pounds. I'm guessing it's just lose. From 2011 to 2017. And Keanu Reeves told Variety he has a clause in every one of his contracts that prevents studios from digitally editing his performances. He said the move came after he noticed a tear was added to his face in one of his movies about 20 years ago.
Smart man.
I read that. That was too long for Big Jeff.
Oh, are you tired?
I'm winded. Yeah.
I just think that's a smart, if you're an entertainment lawyer, you got to start thinking about that. Can they use you digitally? Can they use your voice?
What about Rebel Wilson?
Yeah, let's go back to Rebel Wilson.
Okay.
Right?
What do you think?
That was interesting.
Yeah.
First of all, I wish I had that in my contract. No, I'm just kidding. I think she's on a whole new vibe. I think she's on a whole new brand, and it's about health. And
But do you think it was okay for them to make that?
Yeah, the
put that in their
studio
contract?
to say you can't lose more because your character is quote unquote Fat Amy.
Am I going to get hate mail for saying I think that's okay?
Your character is named Fat Amy, right?
I don't think you should be scared if that's how you feel. I mean, I'm thinking about it, and Erica, you're going to say something. This is just, I'm going to hear what you have to say. My thing is, like, if you're going to play Thor, they would ask you to maintain a certain body weight. If you were going to play this kind of skinny geek in an 80s comedy drama, they would ask you to not get jacked for that.
Yeah.
So can they ask you about your body?
I think it's up to, well, it's really about your positioning and the ability for you to say, if you don't want to do it, then no, I'm not going to do it, and know that they could take the role away from you. Like, the last person or the first person to get up from the negotiating table always wins, right? I just think about Oprah's famous story about how she got Color Purple, and she thought that the reason why the studio hadn't called her back was because she was overweight. So she went to what she referred to as a fat camp. She was there for 2 days, and Steven Spielberg called her and said, if you lose 1 pound, you will not get this role in The Color Purple. So she says she went to the Dairy Queen on the way back to Chicago and made sure that if she lost 1 pound, that she had gained it back, and that's how she ended up in Color Purple. So I think.
But would that be the same story if it was the other way around? If he said you need to lose weight?
I think it would have been a different story if she were Oprah then. She wasn't the Oprah that we knew.
I think it's okay. I really
And this was a 2011-2017, which was 6 years ago, but a long time ago, right? I think they could revamp. I even feel uncomfortable saying Fat Amy, but you could revamp her character to be whatever she wants to be. Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back.
Important calls dropped, texts that won't send, posts that won't load. It can be frustrating, and it can even happen in big cities when the bars can't keep up. If you have an iPhone, you might have seen a little status icon in the corner of your screen that says SOS or SOS only when you don't have any service. Some Androids have similar features. So a lot of folks are asking, what does that mean? We went to Apple, the FCC, and the National 911 program to verify. When an iPhone loses connectivity, it will often switch to SOS only mode. This means the phone can only make calls to 911 or other emergency services. A limitation for sure, but better than nothing in an emergency. And it's not unique to these smartphones with SOS. According to FCC E911 rules, wireless carriers in the U.S. are required to connect any and all 911 calls, even if the caller isn't subscribed to their service. That means as long as your area has some wireless coverage, you should be able to call 911 from a phone with no plan and still reach an operator. But what about when you're totally off the grid? If you have the newest iPhone, that SOS mode might have you covered. According to Apple, iPhone 14s are satellite enabled, allowing users to send text to emergency services even from off the cellular grid. Not as helpful as a call, but the service made headlines back in December when it apparently helped save a stranded man in Alaska. It could also be useful if you're traveling without a SIM card. Apple says the feature is available in the US, Canada, and Australia. So we can verify SOS mode simply means your phone can contact 911 even if you're in a spotty service area.
Welcome back. Our favorite holistic plastic surgeon, Dr. Yoon, stopped by, and we talked about why people can't stop obsessing over their own faces and Madonna's. Check it out.
Dr. Yoon, everyone's been talking about this, and it's a little uncomfortable, but it's Madonna's face. What happened?
So she hasn't come up forward to say exactly, but this is what I think happened. We do know that the face ages in 3 dimensions, and so we inject filler as a way to re-add volume in the face as we get older. Well, a little filler is a good thing. A lot of filler can be a bad thing. A lot of people are accusing her of having had too much filler, but I wonder if it's not that she had so much filler, but maybe she had a little bit of filler, maybe some laser treatments, and then ended up swelling and then had to go on the Grammys because she does have her tour coming up. I don't think that this is how she's going to look for a long time. My guess she'll come back in a couple weeks and you'll see she looks back like we normally see her.
Temporary, you know, like back in the day, they've finessed facelifts, but back in the day you could really tell, and then it would relax a couple months later, and then they looked fabulous.
A little swollen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right,
That's
so Dr. Yoon, let's speaking of faces, let's talk about the new O face, Ozempic face. What's the truth? What's the truth about this?
So Ozempic is a diabetes medication, and it has the side effect of actual weight loss. And so a lot of people are now using this as an off-label treatment for weight loss, and people are losing a ton of weight with it, and they're finding that their face is changing. And one person even said that she doesn't recognize her face anymore. Now, we do know that with weight loss, you can also lose weight in your face, and I don't think that there's anything specific about Ozempic or Wegovy that changes your face that normally aging wouldn't do. And that is individual. Everybody's face changes differently if they lose weight. The skin doesn't have the time to really kind of adjust to it and to kind of jump back to what it used to be. But the problem with this is everybody is different. You know, the older you are, the less you take care of your skin. All these are factors that can really change how somebody's face looks with weight loss. And so there unfortunately is not one change fits all in this situation.
Okay. So what are the worst procedures you can have done to your face that people are still getting?
So one big one is the upper lip lift. And I have gone on social media and expressed my concerns with it. And there are a lot of doctors who've gotten really upset with me because they make a lot of money doing this procedure. This is a surgical operation where you cut out skin from the base of the nose and the upper lip to help lift the lip up.
What?
A
Oh my
lot of young
gosh.
people are doing this. The problem with this operation is it creates permanent scars, and there's always a risk of thickening of those scars. You know, you can hide it with makeup most of the time, but this is something you're going to have for the rest of your life. And doctors are promoting this for people who are in their 20s, believe it or not.
Not Dr. Yoon.
No, he's not.
No.
Thank goodness.
No, and Doc, it's good to have another MD here.
Oh my God.
Talk about trends here. You know, because you're showing us all this stuff. We can barely watch it. We're 2 months into the new year, and you have to tell us, what is the weirdest trend you've seen just so far?
So there is this trend called slugging, and it's pretty out there, but basically you take a bunch of Vaseline or other occlusive type of an ointment and you put it all over your face. You sleep with it, so it's getting all over your pillow and stuff as a way to aggressively moisturize your skin. Now, this is something that if you're in really, really dry climates, you've got really dry skin, then it may be helpful. But if you have acne-prone skin, if you're in, humid climates, if you're applying a lot of actives like retinoids, then you definitely need to avoid slugging.
Or if you have somebody that sleeps in the bed with you, that might be an issue.
Now, I do
Share your pillow with the other person.
I do a little Vaseline right on the edge here, just because it's so dry. Is that okay? Just like a little?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
and you can see in that video that that's not just a little. This is slugging. Like, you've got a slime layer all over your face in this treatment.
How do you sleep
Yeah, that
with
looks like
on?
cream for your feet. Don't be putting feet cream on your face.
Dr. Yoon, we love you. Thank
Yes.
you to our viewers. Dr. Yoon
best.
has some of the best content out there. Give him a follow across socials at Tony Yoon MD. We'll be right back.
You're
Thanks,
the
Doc.
best, Doc. Thank you.
On social media, Beyonce tickets are getting a lot of attention. People continue to talk about high service fees. For example, this is the Chicago ticket. You can see one ticket is going for $2,659. It has a service fee tacked onto it at $618. That's a 23% service charge. Now, many on social media want to know why the service fees are so high, so we went ahead and looked into how companies like Ticketmaster can do this. Our source is Ticketmaster, the White House, and Tom Bartholomew, the president of the Better Business Bureau of Charlotte. How can they have such a large service fee?
Because they can.
Bartholomew tells us in the U.S., there are no laws defining how much companies can charge for service fees. You usually see service fees tacked on tickets, hotel stays, airlines, and credit cards. A release from the White House states that these fees add up to tens of billions of dollars in revenue for these industries every year. On Ticketmaster's website, it states the service fee varies by event based on our agreement with each individual client. They also state a portion of ticket fees, which include service fees, we keep helps us provide clients with software, equipment, service, and support to manage their tickets and the box office, and provide the sales network used by clients to distribute tickets to fans. The remainder, when taken with our other revenues, is how we earn a profit. Ticketmaster does not reveal the service fee up front, only when you are about to check out.
I'm just telling you up front, okay, that $1,500 ticket is going to have another 20% added on to it. And then you can make your decision before you get to all wrapped up into it.
President Biden touched on service fees in his State of the Union address, calling them junk fees.
Hopefully there will be legislation in the United States to at the very least, have transparency.
With your Verify Fact Check, I'm Megan Bragg.
This February, love is in the air with a luxury included vacation to Sandals Dunn's River. Watch DBL every day and start entering for your chance to win the trip of a lifetime.
Verify here with your Fast Fact. When you scroll through Facebook in between updates from your friends, you'll probably scroll past a few ads. Now, some people are posting on their walls a message that claims you can get rid of ads by upgrading the system. All you have to do is repost this message. So, let's verify. Will posting a chain message remove ads from your Facebook feed? These are our sources. Facebook's main source of income is advertising, and its help center says you can't opt out or block seeing ads, no matter how many times you post the chain message. AVG suggests adding a third-party ad blocking tool to block some banner ads, but it won't hide what appears in your feed. So, no, posting a chain message will not remove ads from your Facebook feed. With your Fast Fact, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Today's sandals word of the day is vacation. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2 to beautiful Jamaica.
Welcome back. It's Thursday, and that means it's time for some sweet deals. Check it out.
Steph, what do you have for us today? Fill me in.
Hi, Tori. Hey, DBL Nation. I am so excited. First up, we've got the JVC Air Cushion Wireless Earbuds. So this deal includes 1 pair of earbuds. We've got them available in pink and one of my favorite colors, mint. So normally these are $30.
Not bad.
But guess what, Tori? We've got them for $14.99, which is saving up to 50%. Okay, now this is the TAC Life 800 amp portable jump starter kit.
Oh, this is good.
So this deal includes 1 jump starter with clamps, 1 wall charger, 1 car charger, 1 cigarette adapter, and 1 micro USB, available in 4 colors. We've got orange, green, red, and yellow. And normally, and unsurprisingly, these bundles are $100.
Yeah.
But we've got it for just $39.99, which is saving up to 60%. So up next, we've got the Westinghouse 13-piece clipper and trimmer combo set. So this deal includes 1 clipper, 1 trimmer, 2 protective caps, 1 comb, 1 pair of scissors, 1 clipper oil, 1 cleaning brush, 4 clipping guides, and 1 drawstring pouch. So normally this is $50.
That's not bad.
But we've got it for $22.99, saving 54%, Tori. Moving on, the last product of today is the 20-pack of Laundry by Shelly Segal Ladies Low Cut.
Oh.
So this deal will include 20 pairs of socks. Normally, this pack is $56, but we've got it for just $19.99, so that's saving up to 64%.
I love this. All right, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even scan the QR code on screen. It'll take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph.
Tori, you got some Deal Blast socks under them boots?
No, not today.
Not today?
But maybe tomorrow.
You always
She has to think
wear
about it.
not matching socks.
Yes, I don't believe in matching socks. I think life is way too short and you should just have the same textures together.
What if you got that pack and they come matching? Would you mix and match?
Yeah, because at that point they're the same texture, the same category. I could mix and match.
So you don't match your socks, and your favorite Instagram post is digital architecture.
Yeah,
Okay.
Accidental Renaissance.